I'd better get that for. Drink for the thirsty, food for the hungry.
We're definitely hungry. Oh, we've got some gold. Let's splash out. Cooked venison steak. One for me and one for Fear. And village red wine. We don't want 25 bottles. We just want one. And some cheese. And some farm bread.
Until all right then.
Speaking of food, I see my colleague has a box of marzipan and I'm really tempted to borrow a piece.
I'd better get going. Yes.
Where did Fear go?
I'd better get going.
Greetings.
So Fear, here you go. Here is some wine. And here's some steak. And some soup to start with. Although I don't know where the steak's gone. Where is it? I bought that was expensive food. Where's it gone? There we go. The two of them shared a hug. As they ate and dined in celebration of their adventure. As they dined, Amora thought about Fear's advances. Some more. She was certainly an impressive specimen. Fine figure of a woman who could definitely handle a sword. She did very much appreciate her.
Find the claw, the sooner our lives can get back to normal. You're back from Bleak Falls. Did you find anything?
I have the golden claw.
You found it. There it is. Strange. It seems smaller than I remember. Funny thing, huh? I'm gonna put this back where it belongs. I'll never forget this. You've done a great thing for me and my sister. Thank you so much for taking care of those thieves. The Riverwood Trader is back to the way it used to be. You and me, we're the only people around who aren't complete fools.
Is there something else you need help with?
With the soldiers all fighting in the war, there's nobody to hunt down the bandits. Travel has become dangerous of late.
You want me to take care of some bandits, don't you?
Yes, and just like weeds, they're nothing but trouble. Maybe you can help me.
I'll take care of the bandits for you.
Thank you. I'll not forget this.
What have you got for sale?
Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
More importantly, I have things to sell to you, my friend. Seems a shame to part with this painting, but it's worth a lot of money. Now, can we afford horses yet? That is the question. And where would we buy horses from?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Can afford a circlet.
Till next time.
Well, Fear, they've asked us to go and fight some bandits. So it looks like we have yet another task before us. Now, where would we buy horses from?
Yes? Greetings, stranger. The name's Yormir, and I'm at your service. Let me know if there's anything I can help you with. Perhaps you need your boots shined, or your tunic washed, or you need a letter delivered?
No, no, and maybe. Do you have a quill?
Oh, right. I knew I forgot something. Is it a long missive? Perhaps I can memorize it.
Actually, I don't really have a letter to write.
Well, maybe you need someone to chop you some firewood, or brew you an alchemy potion. I think I have a recipe lying around somewhere.
Well, at least you're showing initiative.
That's right. And I assure you, every service I offer will earn your complete satisfaction. In fact, I could be your personal assistant. I could wash your clothes and carry your equipment. Consider me your personal pack mule.
I'll consider it.
Really? I'll do everything you ask. Just say the word.
Do you have a job in town?
If you're asking if I specialize in something, I'd say I do just about everything. For instance, I used to help Sven chop lumber. That is, until the day he almost lost his hand at the sawmill. Wasn't my fault, he ran into me. But he hasn't asked for my help since. Same with Delphine. She says I broke too many dishes. I broke maybe 3, at the most.
Some people will complain about anything. No. So I take it she treats you harshly.
Yeah, that woman seems sweet on the outside, but beware. She has a real mean streak, too. Girder, though she'll vouch for me. And the blacksmith, though. I forget his name. He taught me how to strip leather down. I'm guessing he would have hired me as an apprentice, but I think he knew I was destined for more.
I'm sensing a pattern with your previous employers.
I know what you're getting at. I hear the whispers. But the only pattern I see is one of versatility. I mean, I'm no fool. Yes, I can be clumsy. Hara knows I'm not the best cook. But that's only because I'm not really concentrating what I'm doing. Why should I? It's not as if the lumber chopping and dishwashing are meant to be Austin's skill. I figure I can do that stuff while I fill my head with greater pursuits.
I take it you are referring to the pursuit of knowledge.
You need to be more cognizant of the times, traveler, and the place. Skyrim cares not for knowledge. What good is becoming a scholar? Only a handful of people will understand the things you say, and they'll still disagree on the meaning. In Skyrim, people only understand one thing: the cry of battle, blood and steel, songs to immortalize the heroes and the dead. That's what will get you the adulation of your peers, not reading some dusty old book.
Adventuring is no child's game, boy.
Ha! You sound like my father. Where were you 18 years ago on the 14th of Frostfall? I'll tell you what I told him. I don't plan to go out into the wilderness unprepared. I've been in countless fights already. In fact, I'm fighting right now, even as we speak.
Follow me, I need your help.
To oblivion and back again.
Pyramia here will be joining us.
Left that last city? I'm trying to figure out where all of it went.
He knows the area and has promised to just help us. For fees, of course. So we need to go and fight. Maybe he can lead us to this mine where the bandits are. It is very beautiful here, Amora said. Far more so than the place I came from. wolves. Secretly, Amora thought to herself that Huramir's presence may create a barrier between her and
A cave. Who knows what could be down there?
fear.
Come on. I have to admit, I'm disappointed. Huh?
A Karjit? I've never seen one before. Well, this would appear to be where the mine they were speaking of.
What's that? Something ahead? Bandits? Beasts? Where's my sword? I think I forgot my sword.
Hiromir, did you actually have a sword? What do I have? Here, we have some equipment for you.
Yes?
Right behind. We've stopped. You're not going to fire me. Right. Let's trade. That's what you said, right? You wanted to trade?
Yes, I'm going to give you something useful. I don't think I can trust you with this magic sword, so I'm going to... Yes, you can borrow this mace. And if we find any armor, there we go. You can take some hide armor.
Your wish is mine.
Sweetie, what is it?
27 damage. That is a big ass sword. Hey, Chugs! How's your evening been? And honestly, don't worry about it. Amora took a step back from fear as she released her from a rough embrace. She hadn't expected the tall barbarian lady to just kiss her. She didn't know how to react, so she just flusteredly stood and said, "Well, shall we continue? There are bandits." She swore fear, smiled to herself.
What was that?
Kirimir proved himself more than competent in a fight, which is surprising given the way that he'd talked about his previous employments. He had said that he'd wanted to be an adventure, but after all,
I must confess, I haven't fought too many bandits in my lifetime. But if every day you fight lions, it's not too difficult to play house cat.
oh, Hermir, you're definitely more competent than you alluded yourself to be. The fact that you smashed plates, maybe you shouldn't have used the mace on them.
You're outmatched.
Don't be worse.
Is that your best?
That be his nickname is John Cena. It is very loud, yes. I've just got to say, like, he talked to us initially like he was a liability, and it turns out that he's a maniac with a sword, and I'm almost tempted to give him one of the magic weapons that we picked up from the temple.
The name's Hjormir, and I'm just the man for the job. What is it? Need something cooked, polished, lecture? What can I do for you?
Well, for some reason the follower
Sounds good.
There's a journal. They've had me working down here for days now. It's not the time that's getting me though, it's these tunnels. I've told them countless times to add extra supports to the weak sections of tunnel. If only we had more of these wooden beams that we reinforce with bronze bottoms. Honestly, if I hear the earth shift one more time above my head, I'll be so stressed. I may stop drinking for good. I mean, what's a Nord without his mead? So was he working with the bandits who were living in the mine? He didn't see. He certainly had time to write in a journal. So let's take those onions.
Is someone there?
Bandits.
Give up on the still cat!
Die already!
You don't stand a chance.
But then fear is
Come back to me. I knew I'd find you. I'll try this.
My sister was watching you.
there's a key. Wow. Those bandits definitely had some earnings, shall we say. Loot is probably a more accurate. No worries, Highland. We'll take all of the carrots, for they are the greatest treasure of them all.
Hello, my love.
Hey, do you want to talk a bit, or are you busy? I'm sorry for you, I cannot talk right now. What a shame. Maybe another time. Right, what shall we drop? Hang on. You're big and strong. You can carry some of this equipment.
Yes? Not a problem. Like I said, just think of me as a two-legged tactic with a bit for trouble.
right behind you.
These are our friends. I'm not sure why the music's gone crazy. Basically, I've added a lot of mature content with the intention of not actually really using it, but it adds an extra social element. I don't know why the music's crazy.
What was that? Come on.
There we go. I'm not sure if friendly fire is a thing that exists in this, but people are certainly getting toasty one.
Remember the time I slew you? Well, you don't stand a chance.
I think I've got a level. There we go. Is that? You can kill your companions, so friendly fire is a thing, but some companions are unkillable. Right, okay. So don't just set fire to everything, is your advice.
Let's get going then.
So yeah, a lot of the mods on this are mostly textures. There's not much in the way of extra systems.
Let me know if you need anything.
No, it's absolutely fine. I know nothing about this game, so any assistance you provide is great. Oh, hang on. There's a fight. Is there? I guess not. Oh, okay. We've just leveled up again.
The best part about caves is they provide all the tools for survival. I once survived a month-long battle by eating mushrooms.
And before we get a... See, here we go. So in the story so far that we've forged, Amora, who's our character, is a noble woman who's on the run from her family because they wanted her to marry their 8-year-old cousin to keep the family title, the baronhood in family. she was like, she's legged it, travelled all the way to Skyrim from I can't remember the name of the place now, but it's the southern Brittany area which was occupied by elves, and we spent all the money that we've got on our bag and got to Skyrim. There we go. So we've got to this tavern, the Sleeping Giant, and now we're looking for work because we found out that we want to learn more magic. They've told us to go to Winterhold, so we're getting enough money together so we can get some horses. Now, Amora was wandering around the town when some guys like started commenting about her, saying that, oh, you know, I'm going to buy her a drink, and sort of competing with each other. So she thought, well, I need some friends. So she met Fia, who's this barbarian lady in the Sleeping Giant, and so she goes, I'll come with you on this mission to go and recover this golden claw that this merchant says that he wants recovering. While they were in the dungeon, Fia tries it on with Amora, and Amora is like, oh, so this is why and so Amora was like, oh, so this is why Fia's come with you. It's not because she's like the battle sister or whatever, or their shield sisters or whatever. She just wants to bang me. And Amora is like, well, I didn't sign up for this, but so she rejects Fia initially, and Fia goes into a bit of a sulk, but then, you know, tries to come talk to her again and make up. So Amora just writes it off as Fia is just a bit uncouth, so didn't know how to properly convey her affections. So rather than just going, oh yeah, I quite like you, she just tries to, you know, jump into bed with her. So she's kind of like accepted that that's just her way, and then she sort of started thinking about it, thinking, because she was brought up to basically, in the same way Sansa was in Game of Thrones, she was brought up to basically be married off for a political alliance, and she'd completely accepted that until it was all changed, and it was decided that she would marry her cousin because her older brother died, who was originally going to inherit the family fief. So now her world's being turned upside down somewhat, because not only has she left all that behind and realised she now has the protection of her grounds and peoples, she's on her own and she's got very little in the way of resources, but also she's very vulnerable. But she'd never considered, you know, I don't know if I dare look at that clip. She'd never considered, you know, anything beyond, oh, I must marry a guy and have babies. And so fear to her is like, oh, maybe there is more to this world and I can make my own destiny. Maybe I don't just have to get married and produce a lot of sprogs. Maybe I can do something different. And then they went to the local shop to try and buy some horses, at least find out, and then they found this guy called Hiramir, who's this guy here, who was just outside saying, I'm out of work and I keep getting fired all the time, can I come with you? And you're like, alright. So he's come along with us, and it turns out he's a fantastic fighter for no reason, so we've given him these magic swords that we got. And that's the story so far. We're now in this mine, because the same merchant who hired us earlier has asked us to go and he's having a lot less traffic in his shop, because these bandits in this mine are keeping people away. So we've come out to deal with this. A mine. But you see, the problem is Fia is very insistent. She's very pushy. We might want to pick up some equipment. Oh, we did.
Is there anything else you need?
Just... Oh yeah, Fia's already kissed Amora from out of nowhere. And Amora was like a bit, why is this woman kissing me? And he's trying to sort of like just play it all down. I know nothing about the law, so anything you tell me is great, because I know nothing and I need to know it for the story. Oh, we've just randomly hugged Hiramir for no reason. Just chilling, my dude. How's it going?
What can I do for you?
Are we on? Yeah, there we go.
Right. Let's trade.
Ah, ads.
That's what you said, right? You wanted to trade?
Yes. I want to give you some stuff. It's interesting for me though, because I'm a big fan of fantasy as a genre, and
Right behind you.
oh, YouTube has VR, you don't say. For real though, Reebok, the shoe company, makes shoes. I mean, you're not wrong.
Lead on.
I am
What can I do
trying.
for you?
Yeah, I think I've accidentally come as a Nord. I need to change that. No, I wasn't expecting it, Howling, so it just like it made me jump.
You wanted to trade?
Oh, Chunks! Chunks! Guess what? I've just got my Final Girl box set. There was a Kickstarter a couple of years ago for a solo game called Final Girl, which is based around well, as you might imagine, you play a final girl in a horror movie, and there are different expansions for it based on famous slasher movies. So there's a Nightmare on Elm Street. There's a yeah, it's just arrived. So I've opened it and it looks great, but I've not played it yet. So chilling. I'm pretty good. I'm gonna go and watch Ghostbusters, I think, later. Chunks was playing some
Your wish is my command.
Fortnite last night with Adrena, who, if you don't know Adrena, you definitely should get more acquainted with her. Right, so we had some of their grog earlier and it sent us quite drunk. Right, we're going to have to talk to Fia because she's just harassing us now, so...
Still here. Let
Mate,
me know if you need
I
anything.
absolutely loved Shang-Chi, so if you've not seen it, I hope you love it. Hey there, doll. Hello, what's up? I saw you swinging by. I wanted to have a little chat. Tell me, why is a hot little princess like you out here? Why don't you come with me? How can you ask me something like that, huh? Shame on you. Calm down, bitch. I didn't ask you for anything than to do your job. I mean, that escalated quickly. But I can't just go to bed with you like this. Of course you can. It'll be fun for you too, you'll see. Now stop being so scratchy. I'm sorry, but I can't do it. What a disappointment. See, Fear's insistence on attempting to seduce Amora in a very direct manner was beginning to wear on her quite a lot. She wasn't used to such direct approaches. We got a torch. After all, she was a lady. Where are we? Yeah, I turned it down because it was too bright before, but obviously I've since added some lighting and stuff like that, so... There we go.
I've been looking for you. Got something I'm supposed to deliver. Your hands only. Let's see here. Looks like that's it. Got to go.
Well, that was strange, as nobody
Small
should know.
towns are a great place to find work. The Jarls are stingy with their guardsmen, and the people really depend on adventurers like us.
Amora was somewhat disturbed by the arrival of a delivery person, as nobody should know where she was. We do occasionally just lose frame rates as well for some reason. I don't know why. Apparently, it's just bad coding.
Come on in. Just stoke the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Oh, did you need something?
Is there something I can do for you?
I'd like to rent a room.
Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
About my room.
Yes,
Would you please show me where it is?
of course. I'll show you to your room. Right this way.
Got the new order.
Let me know if there's anything else you
Gonna
need.
need some hardwood planks. None of that soft pine this time. Aye, we can get that for you.
I think we need to turn the brightness down a little bit. My character is half Imperial, half Nord Archaeologist. His name was Hermanus Germain. That's cool.
Just finished the timber for those cattle.
Yeah, we need to... The lighting needs to go down a little bit.
War may be good for business, but it's hard on families.
Well, can everybody please leave the room as I would like to go to bed.
Fallen
Once was a hero named Ragnar the Red who came riding to Whiterun from old Warwick's.
I hear that a lot actually. There's a lot of save files have just gone explodey.
As he told of both battles and gold he had made.
Now, please get out of the room.
Then he went quiet in Ragnar the Red when he met the shield maiden Matilda who said,
Thank you.
"You talk and you lie and you drink our mead. Now I think it's high time that you lie down and weep.
Oops, we don't want to sleep 24 hours. We want to go. Good morning, Huramir. Oh my, is it normal for people to just get undressed and just go to sleep in the middle of the tavern?
What can I do for you? Let's sate that appetite, hmm?
Let's have steaks all round. And some mead to wash it down with.
Until next time.
Hello, what do you want? I thought I must get to know the personality to whom that fine body belongs. Wow, I don't know what to say. You need say nothing. We can embrace our love completely without words. I'm not sure. You're a bit too friendly. What is your angle? Tell the truth, I want to find out if we're sexually compatible first. If not, we don't need to bother with courting. I don't even know you. No chance. But this is about getting to know each other. Never mind. These nodes, Amora thought these nodes are very straightforward in their dealings. You certainly wouldn't get this back where she came from. She was also very perturbed that Hermia barely knew her and was already attempting to court her.
This is a local favorite
And he'd already seen Fear embrace her. She looked down at the man who was just asleep in his smalls in the middle of the tavern in the early morning and wondered exactly why she was here. Fear, can you stop dancing, please?
What can I do for you?
Nothing. Why is everybody in this town horny?
Nope. Sorry. Nothing.
That I did do a little research, and that is one of the reasons why I chose a Breton, because
Mother's a sweet woman.
she's learned a little bit of archery and a little bit of magic from her being a noble.
You and me, we're the only people around who aren't complete fools.
That's their secret. They're horny all the time.
The Riverwood Trader is everything you need in a general store.
The bandits have been cleared out from Embershard Mine.
Thank you. Here, this is for you.
100 septin. Wow. What have you got for sale?
Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Right, so we've got 2,000. I do want to buy that circlet. However, we're saving up for horses and I have no idea how much they are. Right, so there's no...
Next time.
He's got no more work for us. Where have you been, Fear? I've not got around to watching Wheel of Time. I'm probably going to watch it later, I think. So, let's see if we can buy horses from here.
Well met, friend. New to Riverwood? How can I help you?
Do you know anything about the ruin? What can you tell me about Riverwood?
It's my mill. Some folks thinks it's my town too, but it ain't. The Jarl in Whiterun owns the land and the town. I just pay the taxes.
Who does the mill supply?
Years past, the lumber was used for houses or furniture. Now, the soldiers just buy it all. The thought of my wood being used for weapons makes me sick.
If it bothers you, why not move somewhere else? Mill work is needed all over.
Have to admit, I'm attached to the place. Suppose that makes me crazy, doesn't it?
Riverwood seems very nice.
We're a small village, but we work hard and take care of our own. Only worry we've got is the war reaching this far.
How do I get to Whiterun from here?
Cross the river and then head north. You'll see Whiterun on its hill as you pass the falls.
Is there somewhere I could buy fresh supplies?
And by supplies, I suppose you mean weapons and armor? Alvor can help you out. He's our blacksmith. Until next time.
Wintersun? No, I do not have Wintersun.
Ain't every day we get visitors in Riverwood. You looking for a new blade?
What can you tell me about Riverwood?
Gerder's family first settled here as woodcutters. A few generations ago. She and Hod run the mill. I make a decent
Oh, that sounds really
living
interesting. I wish I got that. Too late now, unfortunately. I don't think I can add any more. I'd like to armour my horse. I'd like a horse. I'm not interested in talking to you very much anymore.
Ain't used to strangers here in Riverwood. What can I do for you?
Oh my. You work the Riverwood Garden?
I do. You know, I was thinking of expanding the herb garden. Make room for some new plants I'm planting. Maybe I'll do turnips next. Or maybe radishes?
I mean, I'd suggest he'd not overdo it on the mods, considering it's his first time in the game in general. I mean, that's true. I've kind of tried to keep the game as vanilla as possible while adding some of the more... That's why the system's the same. I've not changed the system. I've added content, such as stories and so on, and frameworks and things like that, but nothing that changes the core game too much. Like I said, it's mostly textures and meshes that I've altered. I wonder if ash yams would grow here.
It don't matter what I grow. My Alvar, he'll eat anything. If you're leaving town, I wouldn't mind coming with for a while. Hello, friend. Farewell.
Amora looked over at Fia, who just made herself comfortable, sat in a chair at the blacksmith's. And she wondered if she was just used to doing whatever she wanted, whenever she wanted. Well, Hirame just stood there like a lump. Yeah, I am trying to cut down on the fast travel.
And you can't damage what you can't hit. I just tire them out and strike the killing blow.
Out of my way, stranger.
Well, you are great. Do you work at the mill?
Forget it. I don't do that kind of work.
Well,
Until next time.
I will certainly never talk to you ever again. Amora looked at Fia and to Hirame and said, "This place doesn't look like it's got any horses. And we really need them, if we're ever going to get to Winterhold. Maybe we should go and have a look, go to the nearest town over." Fia wandered off and just started shoveling coal into a furnace while Hirame just stood there. Well, she sighed, I guess I'll have to make all of the decisions. Neither Hirame or Fia seemed to know much about the area, which was surprising given that that's where she'd found them. Hey, excuse me, sir. Excuse me. Excuse me.
Nord.
Sorry, I can't right now. Amora had hoped that he would be able to at least shed some light on where they were headed, but he seemed reluctant to converse at all. She was beginning to feel like the citizens of Riverwood were not as friendly as they first appeared. Then she considered, well, there's friendly and then there's helpful. The two things are not the same. Hey, sir, I like your hair. Amora looked at these stones that they had just... Do you know anything about these? Hirame, who'd lived here all his life, just stared at her blankly. Yes, I added the nice map with the nice lighting. She regarded that there were 3 stones, each with different runes on. One called the Thief Stone, the Mage Stone, and the Warrior Stone. As she was rather mystical herself, she decided to touch the Mage Stone. Well, she looked at the two of them, who just stood there blankly. The two followers stared at Amora as she set fire to a nearby fox. Amora shrugged and said, "What? You've got to eat." Oh, that reminds me. Where did the steak go? I bought you all these. There's a celebration.
We've stopped. You're not going to fire me, are you? Of course. Just throw everything in the sack. And if you see my shoe brush somewhere in there, let me know. Right behind.
No worries, my friend. Thank you very much. Why, again, with the frame rate drop for no readily apparent reason. And there we go. We're back to normal again. What does that say? Ivarstead, Falkreath, Riverwood, Helgen, Riften, Whiterun. Well, do any of these places seem to have?
How much day-to-day labor and, well, walking we adventurers do. I guess that's the sort of stuff they leave out of the tales.
Well, let's continue up this path. One of these places must have horses. Amora looked at the three short creatures that appeared to be trying to hide. Are they violent? Didn't seem so.
Come on.
Hiram is dead! How could he die? What? The poor man had only wanted to adventure with them. And now he was dead. Killed by one of these goblins. Amora wept, for she couldn't help but feel like she was the one who'd got him killed. If she'd left him behind. Fear's response was, well, people die. Get over it. So she ran. She ran away from his poor deceased body. Ran away from fear. Trying to run away from escape her past. Everything that brought her here. She got a man killed.
Yes.
Humi just got killed. He died. So embarrassing. I lost to a trainer without any badges. Me, well, you're literally the first gym. No, Humi died. He died to some goblins. I did, yes, because of course I've got a lot of mods, so it wouldn't have worked. It was the only gateway the game would actually work. It kept the cart kept breaking, amongst other things. Amora didn't know which was worse, the fact that he died or the fact that Fear didn't remotely seem to care. In fact, from the tone, from Fear's tone, she felt like she blamed him for his own death. Sorry, I just can't talk with you right now. What a shame. Maybe another time. What, so I just got to set fire to his body? So this was the village of Helgen. And a dragon just destroyed it. Oh. Doesn't look very safe. I mean, what were we expecting? A dragon to just attack this place? The dragon didn't get in here, so why are all these people dead? What happened here? More dead soldiers. And they were killed by blades. Was there some kind of bandit attack, or who knows? Maybe we'll find somebody alive who can tell us. It looks like some prisoners have escaped. Possibly during the attack with the dragon. Maybe they escaped down here. I can't imagine they escaped out into the courtyard where the dragon was. Yes, it looks this another soldier that's been slain. I do know that feeling, Chunt. Is this something that happened yesterday? So I picked a monkey starter Pokemon, couldn't think of a name, and named it the Welsh word for monkey, and now I'm like, I thought I should have just named it you were indeed a little late. So is that it? There definitely seems to be a way through. Well. It does appear this is the end of the line for us. We must return. But I think we see what happened. I don't know much about the dragons, but one appears to have attacked Helgen. And during said attack, some prisoners escaped. And who knows where they are. We don't know if they're dangerous or whether they were political prisoners. You can in fact change the name of the characters, because I know that Jack I made a redemption to name a character Pigeon Face, and he spelt it wrong. He put a space. He didn't put a space in it when he wanted to, and I made a joking stink about it. And then he raged because it's Jack. They don't call him Raging Jack Games for no reason. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. How you doing, Jack? How's Pokemon going? Oh, let's do something that we need to do. Let's go. The body turns to ash as you touch it, but somehow leather journal survived the attack. Read the journal. Hard to believe I filled up that whole journal already and never realised how much of the Cyrodiil I haven't seen yet. So much diversity, yet so much destruction from the Great War. A lot of history has been lost here forever. The expedition is ending soon and everyone with it will be returning home. I have one last task to perform before I do the same. I'll send the other journal ahead with my supplies and the artifacts we recovered. Second entry. I received word from my contacts in Skyrim. All seem quiet for now, probably for the first time since High King Torrig was killed. I should be able to make the crossing quietly enough during the night, so long as there are no Imperial patrols to deal with. Third entry. So much for being discreet. I crossed the border near a small village called Helgen and made my way up to Darkwater Crossing. Unfortunately, I can't get back to my camp now because the area has been filled with Imperial patrols. It seems they are searching for someone very important. If I'm not mistaken, someone they intend to ambush here. This could be the very thing I am seeking here in Skyrim, but crossing the border in the dead of night without passing through the checkpoints has turned to a very bad plan. Fourth entry. I woke early this morning with an Imperial sword pressed to my neck. Patrol found me camped under a rock outcropping at the edge of the volcanic marshes. I guess I wasn't well hidden as I thought. I've no idea where they've been taking us, but I've been stuffed into the back of a rickety old cart being pulled by an even more rickety looking old nag. At least they won't keep my journal. At least let me keep my journal for now. Sure as bones, if only I had known sooner. The ambush they captured in the cart with Stormcloak rebels, led by another Ulfric Stormcloak himself. There's no time to explain properly. I scarcely believe it myself. If I hadn't been for the dragon, I'd not even been here to write this down. Yes, a dragon. Big, black, as large as the towers of the keep itself. It swooped in out of nowhere and laid waste to the village and the keep. General Tullins didn't take my head today, or the heads of several Stormcloak rebels. That doesn't matter now. Hadvar and Ralos set aside their difference to help the survivors. They went to the lower keep hours ago, sung about caves at the back entrance. I don't think they're coming back. As they even get down to the city and down to Riverwood, someone needs to warn them. This building won't remain standing for much longer. I still can't believe it. A dragon, straight out of the legends. Nobody back home will ever believe me. So, we know what happened here. Come on, Fear. We best return to Riverwood. That's a very familiar cart for some reason. We best warn them about the dragon.
We're here to teach you a lesson. This'll teach you not to take things that don't belong to you. Pay for that!
Enjoy your life.
Who are you and what do you want?
I'm sorry. I have no choice.
They appear to have been paid a pretty penny. Let's see what this contract says. Here's the agreed upon amount. I expect to faithfully carry out my request to listen to the thief, Amora Dournerise. You need not kill her, but I have no qualms about it if you deem it necessary. What? Why would Lucan set these honours to fires? This makes no sense. We've been nothing but kind to him. Did he want all the money back that he's paid us to do the jobs for him? That seems dastardly. She's wearing special anti-frost chainmail bikinis. The weather was miserable. Amora was cold, tired, hungry. She was miserable from the death of Hiramir. She couldn't stop thinking about him. His lifeless corpse in the ground with the goblin stood over it. Fear continuing, barely acknowledging his death. And then Lucan.
What? Have you seen that shrine of Azura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see. Until next time. Come on in. Just stoked the fire. Take a seat and get the cold out.
Rude. I didn't want to talk to the chair. I wanted to warn somebody that there's...
You in need of a companion, friend? Well, then you're in luck. I reckon I've killed more men than there are minutes in a day.
What? I think by minutes you mean hours and by men you mean mud crabs.
I'd say you're right. I can count the mud crabs I've killed without using my toes. I'm not big on hurting such gentle creatures.
I'm trying to warn somebody about a dragon, not...
You're that visitor been poking around. Word is Ulfric Stormcloak escaped from the Azirials. War is only going to get worse now.
We got rooms and food. Drink, too. I cook. Ain't much else to tell.
I'm the innkeeper. It's my business to keep track of strangers.
No one seems particularly bothered that there's a dragon in the area.
What do you need?
Right, so...
Faendal thinks he can woo Camilla Valerius away from me.
I saw a dragon in Helgen.
Truly? So maybe my mother isn't crazy after all. You had best tell the Jarl in Whiterun. He needs to know about this.
So we need to go to Whiterun. So, how do I get to Whiterun from here?
Just head north. You can't miss it.
So you and Faendal both like the same girl.
Camilla Valerius knows I'm the best man in Riverwood. That elf is kidding himself if he thinks she would choose him over me. I've seen him sneaking over to the Riverwood trader to speak with her when I'm not around. He's wasting his time.
Yes, two people spending time together never blossoms into courtship.
Is that sarcasm? I've heard better wisecracks from Orgnar. Still you have a point. Camilla letting Faendal visit her isn't a good thing for me. Here, let me give you a particularly venomous letter. Say it's from Faendal. That should get Camilla to stop inviting the elf over.
Do you know what you could do? You could try treating her like a human being and not as a prize. That might work.
Hear that? I'm the innkeeper. It's my bid.
Well, who do I rent a room off? That's the question. That is it. Do I still have a room?
We don't get a lot of travelers here in Riverwood.
They somehow sense when you're here and when you're not.
It means so much to us to have the claw back where it belongs. Thank you.
Sven wanted to trick you into believing this letter was from Faendal.
What are you talking about? What's in the letter? Oh my. He wanted me to think Faendal wrote this? Thank you for telling me the truth. Could you talk to Faendal as well? I'm sure he'll want to thank you for standing up for him. See you.
Sovngarde beckons, every one of us dies. But this land is ours, and we'll see it wiped clean of the scourge that has sullied our hopes and our
That was an excellent dance move she just did there. So where Faendal might be. Is he asleep? Wow, I don't know what to say. I'm not sure, you're a bit too friendly. What's your angle? To tell the truth, I want to find out if we're sexually compatible first. If not, we need to bother with courting. Why am I being propositioned by some random woman in a bar? I don't even know who you are, no chance. But this is about getting to know each other. Never mind.
Hi there. Sure thing. It's yours for a day.
Any bounty work I can help with?
Of course. It's all in this note.
Hey, Varel, how you doing? Only in computer games can you get a good night's sleep, it would seem. Right, where was Faendal? Corset, that's the word I'm looking for.
There, lovely. Why don't you sit on my lap tonight?
That's close enough.
Back off.
He set a bounty on us already, so we want to teach him a lesson by breaking in.
Yes?
I saw a dragon.
You expect me to believe that?
I feel like I should beat
It was a pleasure.
the snot out of you because you set bandits on me for some reason. I haven't taken an arrow to the knee, and no, I'm not married. What was the plan? Oh, yes.
Ah, good to see you. Oh, a bit of this and a bit of that.
Are you going to send more people after me after giving me money for things and then send some people after me to teach me a lesson? Oh, is that why you hired people? Because you were out of money?
Till next time.
Why does Fear always just go and sit down at random seats? So it's time for us to go to Whiterun, which is somewhere. Why is it this Bethesda game from a decade ago looks exactly like Fallout 4 in texture and light? Probably because the people who do the lighting are all mod it, and it's the same mod for Fallout that you use in this. It's ENB lighting, but yeah, it's also Bethesda. They just use the same stuff over and over again. Head north from where you are. It's before your Tundra Hearthstead. I don't know what a Tundra Hearthstead is. Oh, right. Oh, it's there. Okay, so it's somewhere around here. Right, I see. Okay. And off we go. I mean, this is heavily modded. Like, we've added significant numbers of textures and meshes and lighting mods. Well, she did. Modding games. Well, it's relatively easy if you know what you're doing, and it's quite easy to pick up. So the problem you've got is that once you start on the path of modding, it's difficult to get off it again. There are you'll need to get some various you'll need a mod manager for each game that you've got. Some have specific mod managers, like Mass Effect has got its own mod manager, but there is... Hey, Strikes! What? How dare you? Some developers actually put money into the effort into their games rather than do it for money. I don't know what you possibly mean. Massive opinion, never particularly like Skyrim, always preferred Dark Souls. See, that's the thing, is I don't like Dark Souls. I respect it a hell of a lot. I think it's a great game, but it's just not for me. What's going on here? I don't want to talk to these. No, because the thing with modding is that there are... Of course, we best pat the doggo. So, yeah, there are some paid mods, and a lot of people frown on those because you're not really supposed to charge ethically for adding content to a game you don't own or have any license to. So, generally, is that Whiterun there? Alright, so Whiterun's this way. I mean, Chunks is exactly right. So the thing with mods is that they are the hard work of individuals that just out of the kindness of their own heart decide to add something into a game because they're interested in it. Oh, is that a giant?
Fight with us and you'll have stories to tell. Come up to your Vasker, if you're worth anything in a fight.
Who's in charge around here?
The Circle are the ones who parcel out the jobs. That's Ayla, Skewer, and the brothers, Farkas and Vilkas. Kodlak advises them, but he doesn't really give orders.
Who are the companions?
Only the most famous warrior band in all of Skyrim. Have you been living with the Horkers? When we arrive, blood is spilled and our blades sing to the glories of Ysgramor. This is life, sister. The struggle is what reminds us to draw breath.
Why did you join the companions?
Are you kidding? I've wanted to be with them since I was a little girl. Haven't you heard the stories of Kodlak and Skewer fighting off the 101 Orc berserkers? Skewer says it was more like 40, but he's just being modest. Where else would I want to be but here? Learning from them, fighting at their sides.
You guys.
Well, that's taken care of. No thanks to you. Until next time.
Oh, got more to say.
Well, that's taken care of. No thanks to you.
I tried my best.
Ha! Another milk drinker crying about their efforts. Glory only awaits those who triumph. And as companions, our glory must always be hard fought.
Who are the companions?
An outsider, eh? Never heard of the companions? An order of warriors. We are brothers and sisters in honor. And we show up to solve problems if the coin is good enough.
Can I join you?
Not for me to say. You'll have to talk to Codlac Whitemane up in Gervaskar. The old man's got a good sense for people. He can look in your eyes and tell your worth. If you go to him, good luck.
Well. My first playthrough, I only... Who's talking to me now? I don't think that's a good idea. Don't be scared. I'm a nice person. Just join me for one drink. I promise you'll like it. No, I don't want to right now. Fine. Wow. Wow. So anyway, absurd ragdoll a giant flew into space once. Nice. Second playthrough I got a bug where I literally could not absorb dragon cells unless I either restarted or manually gave them to myself with the command codes after each dragon. I mean,
Need a ride?
that sounds about right from what I hear.
A jester, funny suit and all, just north by the Lauria's farm.
Right, we want to buy some horses.
You'd like to see him laugh his way out of that. Want to hear a little Nord wisdom? You don't really know a woman till you've had a strong drink and a fist fight with her.
You must really love to fight.
The heat of the battle is the fire that forges the strongest blades. It's an old Nord proverb. That, and a true Nord never misses a chance to test her worth.
Sounds like you've got a grudge.
You've been talking to those companions? Too hot-headed, they cry. Weak, pathetic cowards, the lot of them.
Why did the companions reject you?
It wasn't my fault. I told them over and over that it was an accident. They wanted me to prove my worth. So they threw me up against a young whelp of a lad, hardly old enough to grow his first chin hairs. I guess they thought a woman wasn't strong enough to hurt him. I didn't mean for him to die. Why would I want that? I just lost control.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that. I'll just back away slowly. I've no quarrel with you.
I got no quarrel with you, but I won't turn one down neither.
I'm so sorry. Let me get out of your way.
Good. Chat time's over.
Well, sounds like you've had quite a journey, Uthka. But you were gone. Hello there, traveler. What can I help you with?
Tell me about your horses.
Looking to shatter records or bones? My beasts can do both.
I'm looking for a fast horse.
Got the fleetest steeds in all of Skyrim. Let me know if you see anything you like.
You sound like my ma. Figured I was lying dead in a field somewhere. Is that it?
Can I buy a horse?
Suppose so. Got one all saddled if you've got the coin.
Here's my offer.
You've got the deal. It's the one with the saddle.
Can I buy another horse for...
Looking to shatter thought deep across my mind, yeah. War brewing, talking of fires and Elven, that Mount Jesters. Skyrim's gone mad. Careful. Right?
Careful. Thanks, Skullbar. I'll remember.
Now, chat, do I have to buy a second horse from my follower? You managed to beat the... Get out, Thad. That's awful.
Need something? Hmm? Looking to shatter records or bones? My beasts can do both. Got the fleet. Let me know if you see anything you like.
What do you want?
Well, you're friendly.
Father says I ain't smart enough to be stable master. Someday. Need a horse? Talk to my father, Skullbar. Uh-huh.
Fig, you can't just sit down at somebody else's table and start eating food.
Aye.
Alley-oop.
Can I help you? If you need anything else, just holler.
Do you need a wash? Oh shit, I didn't want to do that. No. Why is it locked?
Halt! City's closed with the dragons about. Official business only.
I have news about the dragons.
Fine. We'll be keeping an eye on you.
Let me know if there's a...
Hey there, my doll. Hello, what's up? I saw you swinging by. I want to have a little chat. Let me be straight. You and me, a quickie in the haystack. What do you say? How can you ask me something like that? Shame on you. Calm down. I didn't ask for anything other than what to do your job. I can't just go to bed with you like this. Of course you can. It'll be fun for you too. Now stop being so scratchy. I'm sorry, but I can't do it. What a disappointment.
We'll pay whatever it takes, but we must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
I'd sooner bend my knee to Ulfric's Stormcloak. Besides, Greymane would never make steel for the Legion.
Have it your way. I'll take the job, but don't expect a miracle.
Greymane or Battleborn?
What?
Got stones in your ears? I asked what side you're on. Greymane or Battleborn?
I don't know what you're asking.
New in town, huh? Whiterun's got two clans, both old and both respected. Difference is, the Greymanes turned their backs on the Empire, and we Battleborn stayed loyal. So I'll ask again, Greymane or Battleborn?
I'm not picking sides.
Sooner or later, we all have to choose a side.
Who rules Whiterun?
That'll be the Jarl, Balruf the Greater. He's an honorable enough man. Never done wrong by me or my kin.
What do you think about the Civil War?
The Stormcloaks are content to live in the past forever. No wonder the provincials think we're all baseless savages. The cold, frightening truth is that the Empire represents progress. Anyone who fears progress is a coward.
Well...
Long
If you need
live the
anything
Empire.
else, just holler.
Yes. He's certainly charming.
Can I help you?
What can you tell me about Whiterun?
Plenty. I'd say we're prosperous enough. Most folk don't go hungry, if they're willing to work hard. The city's ruled by the Jarl up in Dragon's Reach. That's the fortress there, up on the tall hill. But you're probably more interested in your Vasker, Mead Hall of the Companions. Their deeds of war and valor are legendary.
Do you support the Empire or the Stormcloaks?
Of course I support the Empire. Ulfric would expunge from Skyrim citizens whose only crime was to be born of a non-Nordic woman. However, I fear that the land will be stained with blood for years to come. This god-forsaken war is dividing our people and destroying our land.
How do you think the Jarl is handling the war?
The Jarl of Whiterun is underestimating the Stormcloaks. Ulfric's going to try to take Whiterun, but Balgruf refuses the Legion's right to garrison troops in his city. This is all wrong. The city needs the Empire now more than ever.
I'm looking for the best smith in Whiterun.
I don't claim to be the best blacksmith in Whiterun. Bjorland Greymane's got that honor. Man's steel is legendary. All I ask is a fair chance. Got some good pieces out here if you're looking to buy. More inside.
What have you got for sale?
Take a look. Don't forget to check inside the shop if you need anything.
Amora regarded Fear, who just helped herself to the forge and started forging weapons, like she was just eating bread. It seemed Fear really did not care who got in her way or what she did. She did whatever she wanted whenever she wanted. She saw the forge, she wanted to use it, so she did. She didn't ask, she just took. That informed Amora everything she needed to know about Fear and her personality and the way that she'd been so far.
Got something for just about everybody in here. Give a holler if you have any questions. Welcome to War Maidens. Now you, my girl, have definitely come to the right place. Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Good doing business with you. Got small weapons as well as... Take a look.
Let's get going then.
very impatient.
You look like maybe you need a new... Blades, helmets, pretty much anything to suit your needs. Most of our weapons were crafted by Adrienne Avenici. My woman's an artist, is what she is.
See if we get a different cloak. Some tasty frame rate drops there. Back to normal again. That's some good walking into things.
Welcome to Bellathor's General Goods. Welcome indeed. Everything's for sale, my friend. Everything. If I had a sister, I'd sell her in a second.
Tell me about your merchandise.
Everything's for sale, my friend. You need visit no other shops today. You just let me know what you need. I am at your beck and call.
Well then.
Please do look around. I'm sure I have something you'll want.
Anything interesting going on around Whiterun?
Well, there might be nothing to it, but I've heard that the feud between the Greymanes and the Battleborns in Whiterun has grown ugly. Freya Greymane is convinced that the Battleborns have abducted one of her sons.
What brings a fellow Breton to Skyrim?
Isn't it obvious? The wonderful weather, hospitable people, of course. Not to mention my great fondness for dragons and petty political power struggles. But without a doubt, the most compelling feature of this frozen wasteland is the volley of inane questions leveled at me on a regular basis.
Okay. What have you got for sale?
Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures. Trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Hmm. Alright, we can't, because we might be able to buy another horse.
Do come back.
Pardon me. Welcome to my alchemy shop, Arcadia's Cauldron. Hold on. Oh dear. Your skin's as pale as the snow. How do you feel?
I'm fine.
If you say so. If you change your mind, I sell cures for all ills, both common and rare, and I'll be happy to serve you.
Feel strange. Do I seem alright?
I think you might be sick. How do you feel? I sell cures for all ills, and I'll be happy to serve you.
What do you think I have?
You look rather pale. Could be ataxia. It's quite a problem back home in Cyrodiil. Don't worry. I've got something for that.
So you're a healer?
Of a sort. I don't have formal training in the restoration school, but something just as good. Within these walls, I have all that I need to brew a potion for nearly any ailment. If I had a septum for every case of rock joint or whip bane I've cured since I opened this shop, I'd be a rich woman indeed.
You ever think of returning to Cyrodiil?
Why? Because I'm a proud citizen of the Empire? Because the Stormcloaks only want Nords in Skyrim? The Stormcloaks can rot in oblivion for all I care. I've lived in this city for 20 years. 20! Ah, so you're an alchemist then?
Not really.
Come back anytime if you need a remedy.
Fear had sat herself down in, presumably in boredom. Oops. We're not stabbing anybody. You can put that sword away. Yeah.
If it's work you're looking for, Hulda's the one to talk to.
Please.
Come on in. Let me know if you need anything. Or take a seat by the fire, and I'll send someone over.
Oh, right there.
Oh, did you need something?
What can I do for you?
And the braggart did swagger and as he told them both battles and gold he had made.
One of these must be able to sell me. Hey,
Character,
Ro!
that's why I'm saying it. You little fucking crustacean.
Make it quick.
Yeah, okay. I don't know where I was going with that.
Every Ro clip is a treat.
I'm not him. Farengar is the one you want. If you wish to speak with him, you'll find him somewhere in the general direction of boredom. Now, if you'll excuse me, there's this invention called wine that requires my immediate attention.
If I want to speak to a court wizard, wait, I have some questions.
All right, if you must. As the Nords say, make it quick. Brevity would be my favorite word if it didn't have 3 syllables. Now, wine, that's a good word. Short, sweet, intoxicating. People love wine almost as much as they love whining. I'm one of those people.
You like wine? Some is good, but it can vary.
Really? Are you a wine expert by chance? In my youth, I once thought West Wales wine was the finest drink ever conceived. Imagine my embarrassment when I tasted my first vintage. This is why natives of the Isle look down upon those born on foreign shores.
May I ask your name?
My name is Eldarin. I've come to Whiterun for the Skyforge and for Farengar.
I mean, we knew her name was Eldarin because it's floating above her head. You seem to have an obsession with wine.
I don't see that as a negative. My Nord friends often chide me for neglecting the rich history of Skyrim, as if I was ignorant of it. They say, you know, Elder, there's more to Skyrim than just alto and spiced wine. And I tell them, yes, yes, I know all about your windmills and bards and 12 different words for cold. I only care about the wine.
Elderwin, where have I heard that name?
Really? No doubt from that knave Larkspur, telling everyone that I'm a battle cat under the sheets. The truth is, I don't even remember any of it.
A battle cat beneath the sheets. What do you remember?
I just recall waking up naked and sneezing profusely because the sentimental fool left a lavender flower on my stomach.
Lanxper, nicely done.
He is handsome for a wood elf, although terribly arrogant. Part of me is glad I can't recall that night. The other part is greatly disappointed.
What else can you tell me about wine besides drinking it?
When it comes to examining one, I'm still just a novice, although I have picked up the basics.
Such as?
Well, supposedly the color can tell you the wine's provenance, as well as the conditions it was developed in, serving as an indicator of how it will taste. Wine tasting is apparently all about discovery, yet I've discovered that I enjoy drinking wine more than I enjoy tasting it. So let the nobles sniff and swirl their goblets. I prefer to swallow my wine like a common rube.
You can still drink the wine after you've tasted it.
Yes, but there's still that extra step between me and what I want. It seems almost redundant too, like washing your hands before taking a bath.
Why the Skyforge and Farengar?
Yorland allows me to use his magical forge to craft jewelry. I use the enchanting table at Dragon's Reach to raise their value. Then I turn them around and sell them to Farengar, and he always buys them. I've never met a man so obsessed with necklaces. He says their enchantments are valuable. I think he likes to wear them. Maybe tomorrow I'll enchant him a dress to go along with it.
Where do you gather souls for enchanting?
Caves are the best place to find packs of wolves, or bears, sometimes even trolls. Unfortunately, by myself, they provide a bit of a challenge. There used to be 3 other mages in my faction, a motley bunch to be sure. A Khajiit, a Redguard, a Nord, and myself.
Why 4?
4 mages can be a formidable party, especially when their talents complement each other. As a result, I can afford to make mistakes. Mistakes like trading our last healing potion for a flask of wine. Not a problem when the Redguard was there to restore my wounds. Thankfully, the one talent I do have serves me well. It turns out most feral beasts in Skyrim are susceptible to fire.
What happened to your companions?
Victim to the squalls of battle, I'm afraid. It matters not if you are a novice or an archmage. All it takes is a single misstep. The Khajiit was first. We all knew it'd be him. Then our numbers were 3. Next came the Redguard, then the Nord, and soon only I remained.
Amora thought back to the loss of Hiramir, and she knew all too well that things could turn badly on a whim.
The Khajiit, Razan, was what we call a scroll mage. Not an ounce of magical talent, but one who desperately wanted to cast spells.
Oh, did you need something?
Excellent, welcome back, Howland. Oh, and she's
What can I do for you?
gone.
What can I do for you?
She was bored of talking about wine and the death of her companion. She just wanted to go and dance. Forge numbers, business ledger.
Come to Olava for a reading, did you?
Are you a seer? Can you see into my future?
Oh, I tell the future all right, when I feel up to the task, that is. Come to Olava for a reading, did you?
Can you see into my future?
Sorry, Pops, but I'm not quite in the mood.
Please, the fate of the world may be at stake.
Sorry, love, but I won't be able to help you. I'm sorry to waste your time, dear. Yes, goodbye.
Hello, friend. Where he got the stories, he never said. I thought his story.
You work at the Bannered Mare?
And why shouldn't I? Just because I'm a Greymane doesn't mean I can't earn my own keep.
I only asked a question. Do the customers treat you badly?
It's difficult sometimes. It's not easy being a woman in Skyrim.
Me, can you look into the future? Oddly, oh god, you poor thing. Yeah, precisely. Your family doesn't care for the Battleborns.
You wouldn't know it now, but the Greymanes and Battleborns were once fast friends. I miss the days when the Greymanes and Battleborns got along. Ever since the war started, we've been at each other's throats. If you need a drink, just holler.
I want to hire a room is what I want to do.
He should have been wary of his deal.
My word.
He purchased a bad batch.
She'll have somebody's eye out with those.
Stop burning him alive.
Oh, she's come back to talk about her friends. What happened to the Red Guard?
Sarasa was brash and bold, and my kind of woman. Too brash for her own good, though. She wanted to trap grand souls instead of common ones.
I would really like to make my living room like that tavern. Complete with the...
It was a short-sighted idea. We ended up wasting all our profits on magical potions, provided we even survived.
This is an
Sarasa
ode to
didn't.
Skyrim's staunch protectors.
Giants are quite protective of their big furry cheese factories.
How did the Nord die?
Well, at that point, it was just the two of us. Razan wasn't particularly missed, but Sarasa was our healer.
Blood and our steel will take back our
Present and future. What are
down
these?
with
What
Ulfric,
points?
the killer of kings. On the day of your death, we will drink and release.
Hi there.
Had any rumours lately?
People say there's someone in Riften that can change your face, make you look completely different. Do you believe that?
Look at the face sculpture and Riften. I'm in need of some work. Do anything for me?
Of course. It's all in this note.
Keep your eyes straight ahead. Let your mind look back.
As a gallant lord, if nothing else, we were exploring a creek to the northwest. A large, desolate space rumored to be inhabited by necromancers. We entered the main chamber, which was hollow, save the long fangs of rock that jutted from the ceiling. It was in the shadow of... yes?
It's not every day I meet a mage who can work the forge.
I don't really understand it myself. There should be more of them. It seems to me smithing and enchanting are two complementary skills. I can only assume it has to do with the stigma that comes with being a blacksmith.
What stigma?
They say to wield a hammer you must be as dull as an anvil and as strong as an ox. As if stupidity were a prerequisite for the craft. Although I have heard warriors talk of such things, they say the person who thinks too much on the battlefield lacks focus. In battle, having an empty mind certainly makes you more decisive, but the forge is not something that requires you to act swiftly. But I do like the notion of intelligence being a weakness.
Why is that?
There are far too many mages who thumb their noses at common folk, as if worth was defined by the size of one's skull. Alchemists invented wine, farmers harvest the grapes, and smiths provide the tools. So, to me, each is worth more than all the mages in Winterhold.
That will change if and when I join the college.
We are still talking about my interpretation of worth, are we not? So far, you haven't been at all useful to me. We really need to rectify
Bitch!
that. One bottle and a fresh loaf of bread ought to do it. Better make it two, to be sure. I wanted to set them aflame,
To oblivion with soul traps. A waste of magicka and time, but I now saw fit to waste both.
Greed slays more mortals than spiders.
With answers comes knowledge, but with me.
Down with Ulfric, the killer of kings. On the day of your death, you will drink at this. Children of Skyrim, and we fight all our lives. Sovngarde beckons.
Amora was entranced by welcome to the party, pal. I changed my follower thing, but I didn't get it quite edited right, and I just didn't save it. Not to worry, that has now been corrected. I'm sure I must be following. Stop talking to me, whoever you are.
It was an old vintage from the wineries of the Isle that I was saving until death. Einar asked me if I wanted to trade. He said I wouldn't have much use for it, seeing as I was going to live long.
Well met, kinsman.
Why does Whiterun feel so tense?
You know what's wrong with Skyrim these days? Everyone is obsessed with death. People have forgotten humor, poetry, and romance. I love a good sword fight as much as the next man, but there's more to life. All I want is to escape from this madness, and if Olfina can come with me, all the better. But I've probably said too much.
You live here?
Aye, that I do. Half all my life. Battleborns have been here since the beginning, along with the Grey Maids. Our family's been close as kin for generations, but Ulfric's Stormcloak's uprising has divided us. Now, it seems we can scarce look at each other without coming to blows. Petty, foolish that. They are saying dragons have returned to Skyrim. Now that there, that's a real
Any place I can find work?
Ain't sure if they're taking on new members, but you should talk to the companions. They're over in their hall, your basket. If by work, you mean testing your steel in bloody battle. May your
Then he
sword be
pulled out
sharp.
his dagger and drew the ugly beast's attention while I ran for the exit.
I've never heard such a this Elduin seems to keep coming in and out of this conversation. I've never heard of such a cave. Where is it? Can't let the spiders run free.
Like I said, somewhere northeast of here. It had one of those typical Nord names like Icewind Gulch or something like that.
How big were these crawlers?
Big as saber cats, but those aren't the scary ones. It's the little ones that make me cast my flame. The ones that crawl up your road.
I want to return to my previous questions.
Fine.
Stormcloaks and restore what we own. Blood and our steel will take back our
friend.
Down with Ulfric, the killer of kings.
If you're looking for the court wizard, you'll find him somewhere in that general direction.
Fight all our lives.
Hi there. Until next time.
Yes. And we'll see it
Yes. Oh, did you need something?
I heard wenches are dealing with some problems now. Maybe I can help you.
It would seem so.
Got info about a captured wench that may need help.
It's all in this note.
Is there something I can do for you?
Yes.
Is there something I can do for you?
The bath was very inviting to Amora. She'd not had a good hot bath in a very long time. However, it was neither the time nor the place, and also she was rather worried that Fear might try and join her.
This is an ode to Skyrim's staunch protectors, the Imperials. We drink to our youth, to days come and gone. The age of aggression is just about done.
The inn didn't appear to have any rooms.
Mine's a pitiful existence.
Well met, kinsman.
Crops from my farm. If I find out it's one of your kin, I'll see comfort rot in prison. I'm surprised you had the guts to notice. What with your nose bent so far up the Emperor's backside, you won't be laughing when the Thalmor comes to root out Stormcrow sympathizers. I've already
There must be a tavern somewhere. That has rooms, I should add. And where would you buy that key? I mean, that is a very pretty sky. Well, this isn't like it involves us. Let's go.
I know you. Wait, I know you.
You're making a mistake.
There's no mistake. You're a wanted woman. It's time to pay for your crimes.
I don't have time for this. Do you?
You know what? You're not worth the hassle. Go. Be some other guard's problem.
I'm glad he saw sense.
My lord, please. You have to listen. I only counsel you have to do that. We cannot afford
What's
to
the
act
meaning
rash.
of this interruption? Jarl Balgruuf is not receiving visitors.
I just think we need more.
I have news from Helgen about the dragon attack.
Well, that explains why the guards let you in. Come on then. The Jarl will want to speak to you personally.
So, you were at Helgen. You saw this dragon with your own eyes?
The Imperials were about to execute Ulfric Stormcloak, then the dragon attacked.
Should have guessed Ulfric would be mixed up in this. What do you say now, Proventus? Shall we continue to trust in the strength of our walls against the dragon?
My lord, we should send troops to Riverwood at once. It's in the most immediate danger. The dragon is lurking in the mountains.
The Jarl of Falkirk will view that as a provocation. He'll assume we're preparing to join Ulfric's side and attack him. We should not...
I'll not stand idly by while the dragon burns my hold and slaughters my people. Irileth, send a detachment to Riverwood at once.
Yes, my Jarl.
If you'll excuse me, I'll return to my duties.
That would be best. Well done. You sought me out on your own initiative. You've done Whiterun a service. I won't forget it. Here, take this as a small token of my esteem. There is another thing you could do for me. Suitable for someone of your particular talents, perhaps. Come, let's go find Farengar, my court wizard. He's been looking into a matter related to these dragons and rumors of dragons. Farengar, I think I found someone who can help you with your dragon project. Go ahead and fill her in with all the details.
So the Jarl thinks you can be of use to me. Oh yes, he must be referring to my research into the dragons. Yes, I could use someone to fetch something for me. Well, when I say fetch, I really mean delve into a dangerous ruin in search of an ancient stone tablet that may or may not actually be there.
What does it have to do with the dragons?
Ah, No mere brute mercenary, but a thinker. Perhaps even a scholar? You see, when the stories of dragons began to circulate, many dismissed them as mere fantasies, rumors, impossibilities. One sure mark of a fool is to dismiss anything that falls outside his experience as being impossible. But I began to search for information about dragons. Where had they gone all those years ago? Where were they coming from?
So what do you need me to do?
I learned of a certain stone tablet said to be housed in Bleak Falls Barrow. A dragon stone, said to contain a map of dragon burial sites. Go to Bleak Falls Barrow, find this tablet, no doubt interred in the main chamber, and bring it to me. Simplicity itself.
Oh, do you mean this old stone?
Ah, the dragon stone of Bleak Falls Barrow. You already found it. You are cut from a different cloth than the usual brutes the Jarl foists on me.
I got you the Dragonstone. What's next?
That is where your job ends and mine begins. The work of the mind, sadly undervalued in Skyrim.
Wait for me. Farengar.
And what about my reward? Did you just take my Dragonstone?
Farengar, you need to come at once. A dragon's been sighted nearby. You should come too.
Dragon? How exciting. Where was it seen? What was it doing?
I'd take this a bit more seriously if I were you. If the dragon decides to attack Whiterun, we don't know if we can stop it. Let's go.
So, Irileth tells me you came from the Western Watchtower?
Yes, my lord.
Tell him what you told me about the dragon.
No, that's right. We saw it coming from the south. It was far.
What did it do? Is it attacking the Watchtower?
No, my lord. It was just circling overhead when I left. I never ran so fast in my life. I thought it would have come after me, for sure.
Good work, son. We'll take it from here. Head down to the barracks for some food, rest, and burn it. Irileth, you better gather some guardsmen and get down there.
I've already ordered my men to muster near the main gate.
Good. Don't fail me. There's no time to stand on ceremony, my friend. I need your help again. I want you to go with Irileth and help her fight this dragon. You survived Helgen, so you have more experience with dragons than anyone else here. But I haven't forgotten the search
I saw it.
for me in retrieving the Dragonstone for Farengar. As a token of my esteem, I have instructed Avenici that you are now permitted to purchase property in the city. And please, accept this gift from my personal army.
I should come along. I would very much like to see this dragon.
No, I can't afford to risk both of you. I need you here working on ways to defend the city against these dragons.
As you command.
One last thing, Irileth. This isn't a death or glory mission. I need to know what we're dealing with.
Don't worry, my lord. I'm the very soul of caution.
Yes, you look it. I swear, Fia's got ADHD. She can't just sit still. She has to go and touch and play with anything that she sees around.
Help Irileth kill this dragon before it can attack Whiterun. There's no time to lose.
Yes, this is bound to be dead easy. Where did she go? Turdus. It's the day of Turdus. That's an unfortunate name.
Wait, I know.
What can we do for you?
Oh my god, she's some kind of weird demon. She's got no face. What's that all about? Western Watchtower. Yeah, I mean, it's I don't know what vanilla Skyrim looks like, because obviously I've gone immediately to 4K, do not pass go, do not collect £200. But you know, I've added lighting mods and all kinds of stuff. Alright, so where are we going? There's this tower that we're meant to be going to. There's the tower. Right, so we go there.
Brigands I can handle. This talk of dragons. It's gone mad, I say.
That horse gave no shits. Oh, good God. Am I about to get bounty? Because this... I didn't want to pick the lock. I just wanted to see if the door was open. Does the stables ever open? Do you have any equipment that I can purchase?
Of course.
Excellent. I'll bring my horse then. Why am I waving at the horse?
I understand. Of course. What's that? Just bring it back to me. You've done well.
What is happening?
Just bring it back to me. Of course. For that price? Sure. Thank you. Here, this is for you.
Check what's in the sack. Hello, my pretty fellow. Hello. I'm here to make your acquaintance. I am pleased to make your acquaintance as well. The pleasure is all mine. It's not every time I meet such a pure being as yourself. Don't know what he means by that. That said, here and now, I vow my eternal love to you, my angel. I'll court you until you'll agree to give me your hand in marriage. I mean, that escalated quickly. I am flattered by your advance, but I'd rather take it slow. There doesn't appear to be... Oh, please no, don't do that. Just stay away from me. You don't understand, my love guided me to you, and I can't even turn away now. I dream of us living together in our home and watch our children grow, and I'd be willing to be persistent until we can make this dream reality. Stop talking, I don't want to be with you ever. Go pester someone else. Well, just take all the time you need. I'll wait and be there once you see my vision. Form a sprinting horse. How do you do that? I should ready my weapon and charge at the weapon for a distance at full gallop. Right, okay. So I don't have a weapon. So can I hit people with a pickaxe? I can hit people with a pickaxe. That'll do. Adrena! How you doing? Good morning to you. Do you know, I could totally... No, I'm not just going to club it. I did try and buy another horse for my follower. How are you doing today anyway? Are you alright, Adrena? That's for quite alright. You got accepted into what's Ville?
Hot as fuck, Joe.
Have you ever been to Darkwater Crossing? Terrible name for such a beautiful place.
It was strange and they aren't... Oh, right.
We need to know what
Well, okay, so I've turned up at this place to look at a dragon, and... I mean, I think the dragon's nowhere to be seen, my friends.
No, get back. It's still here somewhere.
Be careful. We need to find out what happened here. Guardsman, what happened here? Where's this dragon? Quickly now!
I don't know. Peter, let's save us. Here he comes again.
Here he comes! Find cover and make every arrow count!
Wait, what? Where's... what? Kill the dragon? Kill the dragon? Please, sir, let me in. Right. Let's get this on there and there. Well, you weren't very impressive. I thought everyone was going to be dead.
Let's make sure that overgrowth. Lizard is really dead.
What's happening? There we go.
Oh, that one's sick. That's a shout. I can't believe it. You're Dragonborn.
Dragonborn? What do you mean?
In the very oldest tales, back from when there were still dragons in Skyrim, the Dragonborn would slay dragons and steal their power. That's what you did, isn't it? Absorb the dragon's power.
I don't know what happened to me.
Well, you can shout now. You couldn't before, right? That can only mean one thing. You must be Dragonborn.
Dragonborn? What are you talking?
That's right. My grandfather used to tell stories about the Dragonborn. Those born with the dragon blood in them. Like old Tiber said.
I've never heard of Tiber Septim, kid.
I'm sorry, I can't talk right now. Shame one of the
There weren't any dragons then, idiot. They're just coming back now for the first time in forever. But the old tales tell of the Dragonborn who could kill dragons and steal their power. You must be one.
You say you left, being awfully quiet. Come on, tell us. Do you believe in this Dragonborn business?
Some of you would be better off keeping quiet than flapping your gums on matters you don't know anything about. Here's a dead dragon, and that's something I definitely understand. Now we know we can kill them, but I don't need some mythical dragonborn. Someone who can put down a dragon is more than enough for me.
You wouldn't understand, Houseguard. You ain't a Norm.
All across Tamriel, I've seen plenty of things just as outlandish as this. I'd advise you all to trust in the strength of your sword arm over tales and legends.
That was shouting, what you just did. Must be. You really are Dragonborn.
That was the hairiest fight I've ever been in, and I've been in more than a few. I don't know about this Dragonborn business, but I'm sure glad you're with us. You better get back to Whiterun right away. Jarl Balgruuf will want to know what happened here.
Wait, I know you.
I'm taking command here for the moment. You head back to Whiterun and let the Jarl know what happened.
I'm glad you're on our side.
Where did my horse go? That's the question.
Yes, I haven't got all day.
Hello there! I hope you enjoyed my video, and if you did, please press a thumbs up, and maybe leave a comment, because it really helps with the reach. And if you want to see future content, please subscribe. I also live stream content on Twitch under the name _Sanctorum. Thanks!